Santiago, man. Hands down, my favorite city in the Dominican Republic. Hands down. I'm at my favorite gym in the world. One of my favorite. Listen, this is my top three. Kitty, what's up? That's what I love right there. Kitty cat. This is hands down top three. My favorite gyms in the world. Body Shop in Santiago. Hands down. One of my top three favorite gyms in the world. Look how huge it is. Look how huge it is. Look how huge it is. Seriously. Look how huge that gym is. Look at it now. Look how huge that gym is. Top three. My top three favorite gyms in the world. Right? Top three. In the world. In the world. Anyway. Yeah, I'm in Santiago. I feel like one day this is going to be my home. You know, one day I feel like this is going to be my home. Santiago specifically, because it doesn't give you that touristic feeling. You know, Santiago doesn't give you that touristic feeling as in you're going to get going to Bangkok or Pattaya or Dubai or Sosúa or Puerto Plata, right? Touristic feeling is one of those places that you go to and you're just surrounded by tourists, right? You're at the airport checking in. You hear people speaking English, right? You're going through immigration. It's guys speaking English, right? You're going the shuttle to your hotel. It's guys speaking English, right? And I just don't really like people. I don't really like going out. Now, I don't really like going out. You gotta watch out for those bikes that get you. I ain't too worried about it because I get them too. But anyway, I don't really like going places, man. And look how beautiful it is. Everyone's out here running. I done seen like 50 people out here running. And listen, you only get this in South America, Latin America, Caribbean. Only place you get people running every day, right? I don't really like going places where I'm surrounded by tourists. Because I can go to Atlanta for that. I can go to Houston for that. I can go to Louisiana for that. I can go to New York for that. I can go literally anywhere. I can go to DC for that. I can literally go anywhere in the world and be surrounded by tourists. So why would I get on a plane, go through immigration, do a visa, do this QR code stuff just to go to another country and be surrounded by tourists too? I don't get it. I don't get it, right? Like, I don't get the concept of traveling to be surrounded by tourists. Like, that's not my MO. Like, that's not my passion. That's not what I look forward to. I don't want to be surrounded by tourists. That's why I got on that plane. But listen, you know, another guy, man, I ain't gonna say his name. I don't really like calling guys out unless they deserve it. But another guy, man, he kind of, I ain't gonna say put Santiago on the map because I've been going to Santiago for a very, very long time. Right? Been going to Santiago for years, right? Years. I was in Santiago before people knew about Santiago. I was going to Santiago before they posted about Santiago. Because if you follow my old videos, right, I tell you, I used to travel and not record it. Like I was, you know what I'm saying, moving around, not recording stuff, right? But you also got to know this. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. I was married to a Dominican for 5 years. So you can imagine I've been to the DR more than once or twice before I started posting. You can imagine I've been to the DR more than once or twice before I started posting. Let's be honest now. The truth can never be considered disrespect, right? Like, I was married to one for 5 years. Like, she's from here, so obviously, you know what I'm saying? I spent a lot of time in the Dominican Republic, man, but I just love Santiago. You know, and I've said, and I'll continue to say, it's only one place, it's only one country in the world that I've considered. I've looked into real estate, right? I've looked into buying property, and that's Santiago. I'm sorry, that's the Dominican Republic, right? I think years ago it was like Puerto Plata, you know what I'm saying? Cabarete-ish stuff. You know, I think Sosúa had a villa. Sosúa Cabarete area had like a villa or something for sale a long time ago for like 60 grand that I had considered. But out of all the countries that I've been to and all the countries that I haven't been to, The Dominican Republic is the only country that I've considered buying land. I've considered buying property. Right, there's this one gentleman that, man, this gym is huge, ain't it? Yo, don't blow up the spot. Don't even come here. There's this one gentleman that I ain't gonna say I was following. His channel kind of went off the rails about some other stuff. Like, it wasn't, the originality of why I followed his channel kind of, went off the rails, right? But there was this one gentleman, man, that he built some stuff in the DR somewhere. He had posted videos and stuff about his construction and stuff and how things are going in the DR with this young lady. He ain't there no more, you know what I'm saying? I've seen this channel a couple weeks ago. He ain't in the DR no more, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't live there, right? He ain't with his old lady no more. You know what I'm saying? The old lady ain't on his channel, so, I mean, if you know, you know, man. But it was a gentleman that documented buying property and land and stuff in the DR. I don't remember where he bought it at. Really don't care. But when you commit to stuff like that, you got to know for sure that's what you want. That's where you want to live. You know what I'm saying? That's where you're going to see your future, right? I went to his channel a couple weeks ago. He been in DR recently. You know what I'm saying? I would never personally buy property and not go to it, right? I would personally never build a property and Airbnb it or rent it out, because if that was guaranteed money, everybody would be rich. If that was guaranteed money, we all be millionaires, right? So it was one guy that did this whole progression of buying land and building a house. It was a nice little house. But I don't see the house. I don't see him in the DR. I don't see none of that. So when you commit to shots fired, when you commit, I don't see the woman he was with. I don't see none of that, right? So when you commit to buying property, you got to be committed, be all in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spend X amount of dollars on buying property in Dominican Republic and I'm in Thailand. I'm in the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Brazil. I'm in Kenya. I'm in Ethiopia. I'm in Nairobi. I'm in, you know what I'm saying, Rwanda, Kigali. You know what I'm saying? So I have not fully committed to buying property here because I'm not 100% in. You know what I'm saying? And that gentleman that bought property here and documented it and stuff and gave us this docu-series of how to buy property and land and all this other nonsense, he wasn't 100% committed. You know what I'm saying? Because he's obviously not in the DR. And I think that's a horrible decision financially to invest in somewhere that you're not going to be. It's like dropping $100,000 on the ground, then coming back 5-10 years later. You know what I'm saying? Is there a profit in that? So, God willing, man, I would love to retire in the Dominican Republic and be 100% in. But when I decide to do that, I got to be all in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably be one of my last few countries that I visit in my life is the Dominican Republic, because I want to be here. I want to be embracing the culture. I want to embrace the language and raise a beautiful family. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have a little poly thing going on. I don't know. But when you're considering going places, man, and living somewhere, you got to be 100% committed. Like, I know guys that love this Airbnb thing, but there's hard stories to that, right? People break stuff. Stuff goes wrong. You know what I'm saying? People leave you bad reviews. And let's be honest, right? When I was doing heavy on Airbnb, the first thing I looked at is reviews. If it didn't have 5-star reviews, I mean, 1 or 2 bad reviews, I don't care. People complain about anything. But if it didn't have great reviews, I wasn't staying there. Right, so the catch to buying properties and doing Airbnbs is your reviews. If a few people leave you some bad reviews, and here's the thing, your Airbnb listing, when it shows up, let's say it's Medellin or Patio or Cali or Nairobi or wherever, Rio, Boca Chica, I don't care. When people go to these places in Airbnb, right, the top listings show up first. The 5-star reviews show up first. If your listing got 4.4, 4.3, 3.9, your listing gonna be on page 36. But guess what? Someone that's looking for an Airbnb, they gonna find an Airbnb that they like before they get on page 36 with your 4.1 review. You know what I'm saying? So that's the catch to Airbnb. Listen, it's free game. I gave y'all that for free. The catch is if your Airbnb isn't rated high, it's not going to be shown in the first 5 pages. And within the first 5 pages, 9 times out of 10, someone found it. Listen to me. If someone who's been traveling and staying in Airbnbs for years, let me tell you something. In the first 2 pages, sometimes the first page, but for sure the first 3 pages that I check on Airbnb, I already found 6 places that I like. In the first 3 pages on Airbnb, I've already found 6 places that I like. You know what I'm saying? And that's the catch. These guys, oh, Airbnb. All right, I'm going to leave you a bad review. Someone else going to leave you a bad review. Someone else going to leave you a bad review. All right, now you're on page 15 of Airbnb. Ain't nobody ever going to rent from you. You know what I'm saying? You got to lower your price to something where you're not making no money to get someone to rent from you for those cheap travelers, because ain't nobody going to rent from you. So these Airbnb hustlers and scammers online, don't listen to them. Don't listen to them, because a few people leave you a bad review, you're going to be on page 16 and no one's going to see you. Because the great reviews, the stuff with the view, the stuff with the nice appliances, the stuff with the nice furniture, the stuff that allow you to have guests, the stuff on the 67th floor, the stuff with the high rise, stuff with the pool, they're going to be on the first 2 or 3 pages. So, you know, I'm preparing myself, and it sounds crazy, but I'm preparing myself to retire. And what am I? In less than 10 years. Like, in less than 10 years, I want to be retired. It may happen. I don't know. I might work till I'm 120. But my plan and my goal is to retire in less than 10 years. Right? And I would prefer to retire in the DR. Right? I would prefer to retire in the DR. Right? Does Nairobi have potential? Yeah, Nairobi got potential. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do a series on Nairobi, but I can't get, you know what I'm saying? I can't do Nairobi like that because I go to Nairobi a lot. I freaking Nairobi a lot. So I can't go in on Nairobi because I don't want no problems. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys that was talking crap about countries, people see that stuff. That stuff blow up on YouTube, stuff blow up on TikTok. People share your stuff, forward your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Send your stuff to people. And these political people and these immigration people, they see that stuff. Like, oh, man, okay, that's how you feel? Okay, we got something for you. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, man, with every time you go to a immigration counter, guess what they do? They take a picture. Every country, they take a picture. So it's not hard to find you. It's not hard. We'll get into another story. It's not hard to find you. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to get your real name. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get into another story. But listen, I'm in Santiago. This is by far my favorite city in the DR. Like I said, this other guy called Santiago out, but I was married to a Dominican for 5 years. I had already been here before he had called it out. I was keeping it a secret. But now that, you know what I'm saying, it's out the bag, man. Look at the birds chirping. Look at all this greenery. Look at this. You think that was in Wisconsin or Oregon? Look at all this greenery we got. Look at it, seriously. Look at it, seriously. Look at this. Look how beautiful this place is. Back to this huge gym I'm about to go in, right? Look how beautiful this place is, guys. Seriously. Like, I love Santiago, man. But, and you're away from the nonsense, right? If you know, you're away from that nonsense, the nonsense of that lifestyle that people are into, right? I can't confirm or deny if I've been into it or not, but you're away from that lifestyle. Like, I'm not trying to be around Sosúa women for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really find a lot of that here. Like, all the women that I've matched with on Tinder, none of them talked about money. I'm being honest with y'all. Now, pay attention now. All the women that I've matched with on Tinder in Santiago, none of them talked about money. And me being the guy that I am, I don't mind giving a woman money. Right? If I have your time, which is costly, I don't mind giving a woman money. Right? I don't mind it. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but I don't mind giving a woman money. Like, I've given a woman money in Panama just because I enjoyed her time so much and I appreciated her. Some of these guys, and we're going to talk about that in another video, some of these guys think they're so holy and mighty and great that a woman should be happy just to be in their presence like they're some celebrity or something. Like, I don't know. We're going to talk about that in another video. But I don't mind giving a woman money to show that I appreciate her time and her effort and the laughs and smiles and the times we had. That's just me, but that's how you, let's be honest. If you don't give a woman money, man, whether you're friends, dating relationship, she's not going to be with you. She's going to cheat on you. It's not going to work out, right? So a lot of guys are in denial that you're going to have to provide some sort of financial benefit to a woman, man. So back to the script. I've never, all the women I can show y'all, right? I got a date tonight. None of the women that I've matched with on Tinder asked for any money. You're not going to get this in Sosúa, Puerto Plata, Cabarete, 50-50 Cabarete and Puerto Plata, 50-50, because Cabarete is a lot of people that be sailing and surfing, and you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of tourists in Cabarete. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a lot of tourists in Cabarete. Santo Domingo, 50-50. But Santiago is one place where I've never, and I've said this in another video, if you know, you know, I've never in my life had a woman ask me for money, right? I think once or twice. I think the last time I was in Santiago, I met this young lady, and she asked me after the fact. She asked me, say, oh, rent's due or something. Yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? But I've never directly had a woman ask me for money just to spend time with her, right? And I DM'd the lady today, like, hey, let's do something. Let's go out. Like, let me, you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. Here's how I look at it, guys. I'm going to eat, right? And why don't you come with me, right? And you know I'm not going to McDonald's or Burger King or Wendy's, right? I'm going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So why don't you come with me? You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. That's my take. That's how sometimes you should look at it. You're going to eat. Some of y'all cheap travelers, I don't know. Some of y'all I be seeing some people's page, they be eating the cheapest street food and, you know, a $2 McDonald's cheeseburger. Listen, I didn't come overseas to eat a $2 McDonald's cheeseburger. I didn't come overseas to eat a McChicken, a spicy chicken sandwich. I didn't come overseas. I didn't get an immigration line. I didn't sit on the airplane for 8 hours. I didn't sit on that airplane for 8 hours to eat a Big Mac. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't. I ain't sit on that airplane for 8 hours to fly overseas and eat a Big Mac, eat a cheeseburger, eat a 5-piece McNugget. I didn't. But a lot of y'all be doing, look at all these people running around. I love to see that. I didn't, right? And that ain't nothing against it. Do what you want to do. I don't care. Like, I don't know y'all, but I didn't get on that plane to go overseas on vacation or whatever and eat a cheeseburger, eat a KFC 3-piece. You know what I'm saying? Eat at Popeye. I didn't, right? Do I do it sometimes? I mean, yeah, I like Popeyes, right? I like Chick-fil-A, you know what I'm saying? I hit it up if I see it, if I'm in the mood for it, but it's not my first pick. It's definitely not my first pick. You know what I'm saying? But to the point of, in Santiago, like, I'm going to eat, right? So I'm going to eat nice. Hey, I'm going to eat nice. So if a woman's with me, you know what I'm saying? We're going to enjoy our time together. But yeah, Santiago, man, I love it. I love it, man. It's an amazing city, bro. Like, look at all this greenery, bro. You think you was in you ain't even know this was Santiago until I told you. But yeah, this is an amazing city. I love it. Every bit of it. I've loved it since the first time I came here. And if you're trying to consider coming to Santiago or not, don't even look no more. Like, this is a great decision. Man. Great decision.